Mercer County held its third annual economic summit this morning. The area has seen a lot of financial loss, gains, and rebounds over the past year, with things like the closing and reopening of Sharon Regional Hospital and the closing and redevelopment plans of the Shenango Valley Mall. Joining us to talk about the county's economic outlook is the executive director of the Penn-Northwest Development Corporation, Rod Wilt. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Derek. Thanks for having us on.
So with all the recent change, what's the general feeling right now when it comes to the economic future of Mercer County? Is it uncertain, stable, hopeful?
I think we're cautiously optimistic here. I think with the things that you mentioned, the redevelopment of the Shenango Valley Mall, it's really about community building. You know, the role of an economic developer over the years has really changed from trying to go fish in the deep water and find these large companies to move in. And we have seen some of that through our 5-county region. But in Mercer County, a lot of our growth has been what we call organic growth. These are companies. Today we heard from Joy Cone. They're going to be cresting over 1,000 employees. We heard from Imperial Systems today. They're opening up their third plant this year. We still are in a situation where we have really good paying jobs and not enough people to fill them. So repopulation really is at the top of mind for everything that we do. And finally, Derek, I'll just say that the takeaway from today's summit with our 5 panels is really the cross collaboration between healthcare, education, manufacturing, all these other, the county commissioners, county government. We're all working together. We're interacting very well here in Mercer County to really make it a safe place, number one, and secondly, a great place to come and take advantage of our career opportunities and raise a family, get a great education while you're at it. And also, we've got the wonderful, great outdoors here too. And with our highway system, you're really an hour and a half from any airport. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, even Erie's got more flights now. So we feel like we're really in a good position for growth right now.
Yeah, you mentioned some great positives. What are the biggest hurdles, though, the county really faces?
Well, right now, we've got this uncertainty at the national level. As I go out and survey a lot of our member companies, we have some that are very negatively impacted by tariffs, whether they're in the aluminum industry and some of the raw materials that we do bring in from out of country that go into our food manufacturers. I did mention Joy Baking earlier. And then others are positively impacted by tariffs because of the dumping of steel that's come from China and India, and these tariffs are going to stem some of that. I think anytime we can reshore some of these jobs back to the region is good for us. But overall, that's been a big lift getting Sharon Regional Hospital up and going. It's put a lot of stress on particularly UPMC's 2 campuses in the county. Of course, with Trumbull going down, that's also created another vacuum that we need to fill with Sharon Regional. So these are some of the challenges that we're facing. But, the redevelopment of the mall, going back to that real quick, is going to just give a new breath of life to the Shenango Valley area of the county. Then we have this big project in Mercer that seems to be progressing. It's a big national firm is the end user. It hasn't been announced yet who it is, but the development plans are underway, and it's really in our hands. It's the schedule now that we've got to meet on the pre-development cycle. If we can get them in the ground, or at least looking like they can be in the ground by November of this year, then I think we're going to have the biggest economic development project in Mercer County since our Growth City Outlet Mall. So, again, you asked me about what some of the challenges are, but, some of them are pretty good challenges. If we can win some of these things, Derek, we're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exciting news. I do want to ask you, just this afternoon, Penn State announced that it's delayed its discussion on which of its satellite campuses will close. Penn State Shenango, of course, one of the 12 campuses under consideration. Does that worry you at all, and what impact that could have on the overall economy if the county isn't getting those students anymore?
It does, and I think I'm talking to you now from the campus of Grove City College, and I've talked with them. I am the Board of Trustees chair at Teal, and we are talking about a contingency plan to keep these students in the county. But we're about building assets and adding to, not taking away from, and we're really pleading with State College, University Park, to keep Penn State Shenango open. There's economic development opportunities, education opportunities. We're very very happy to have Penn State Shenango, and we're doing everything we can to keep them here.
Yeah, here's hoping that Penn State will decide to keep that campus in Mercer County.
Yeah.
Rod Wilt, as always, a pleasure to have you on. Thank you.
Derek, we appreciate you paying attention to what we're doing here. I think between the Shenango Valley and the Mahoning Valley, there's a lot of good things to cheer about.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the future. Thanks.